Jim's, played by Charles Lawson, return has been teased for several months, with many fans eager to see if the bad boy of Coronation Street has changed his ways. The monarch of the McDonald family was imprisoned following a failed bank robbery in an attempt to buy the Rovers' return in 2011. Having been arrested by police, Jim was sentenced to a minimum of 7 years in prison and cut ties with his family. With his release now due, Jim will shock his family and friends on the street by suddenly reappearing next week. Most notably, his ex-wife Liz McDonald, Beverly Callard, is left speechless when she sees her former lover walk into the Rovers. Along with Liz, most of the couple's residents are also shocked by seeing the ghost from the past, with the puff fallen silent. In the midst of his stag do forthcoming to his upcoming nuptials to Tracy Barlow, Kate Ford, Jim's son Steve McDonald, Simon Gregson, is also floored who he dead makes an unexpected entrance. The last time Steve heard from his estranged father was back in 2016 when Jim contacted Steve following a myotonic dystrophy diagnosis. He informed Steve that there is a 50% chance he could have inherited the condition, which affects muscle function. However, Jim will be holding a secret on his return that his and Liz's daughter, who was believed to have died at birth, is actually still alive and now called Katie Hannah Alice Ryan. Liz will soon learn the news on Jim's arrival and could find herself drawn back to the bad boy as they reveal in emotions following the bombshell news. However, Liz's time with her husband is likely to make Rover's landlord Johnny Connor, Richard Hawley, very jealous. The Connor man has developed feelings for the Rover's barmaid and slept with her following the death of his son Aidan Connor, Shane Ward. Earlier this year, Johnny and Liz found solace in each other's arms as Liz confessed her heartbreaking baby secret to Johnny to help him through his grief. Since then, Johnny has been trying to get his marriage back on track with Jenny Connor, Sally Ann Matthews, who is naive to her husband's infidelity. Steve is the only other person who knows about the affair, but could he let it slip to his dad and give Jim a motive to drive a wedge between Johnny and Liz? Another couple's resident who will also be shaken by Jim's return is underworld boss Peter Barlow. Chris Gascoigne, who spent time with Jim behind bars during his stint in prison, Jim made Peter's life a living nightmare by getting the alcoholic hooked on alcohol, making the Weatherfield resident dependent on him. Wanting to make contact with his family, Jim exchanged alcohol for Peter to convince his family to talk to him. However, the bargain wasn't fulfilled successfully and Jim arranged for Peter to be beaten up by his fellow cellmates. Will the bad boy of Weatherfield make Peter's life a misery once more? Coronation Street continues Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. on ITV.